Hi everyone, so in this next series of YouTube videos, I'm going to be gearing them towards improving the financial literacy of people in Gen Z. So I would say if your age is like 12 to 30, this information will be extremely pertinent to you. This series is going to be about credit, these next 4 to 5 episodes. In this video, I'll be talking about what credit is and why you should give a fuck about it. Alright, let's get into the video. Well, first and foremost, why should you give a f*** about credit? As it turns out, our generation is financially screwed. The housing gap to annual income disparity is at an all-time high, and to my knowledge, that gap isn't going to shrink anytime soon. Meaning, our generation is going to have the hardest time trying to buy things outright in cash. And this is especially true for expensive purchases like cars, homes, weddings, you name it. Anything that's going to cost a lot of money, our generation is going to have very little cash on hand to actually go ahead and purchase these things. So what are we going to be left to do? Since we can't afford all these things, we're going to have to borrow money. We're going to have to go to banks, borrow money from them, right? If we can't afford things with cash, we have to go out and borrow the money. And money costs money to borrow. Meaning if we're going to borrow money from a bank, they're going to charge us for borrowing that money that we're going to take. And this is where a principle called interest comes into play. And it's quite simple, so stay with me. Basically, lenders such as banks, mortgage lenders, credit unions will give you some money and they will charge you for using that money. Money costs money to borrow, right? And that will be in the form of a percent. This can be anywhere from 2% is the lowest I've seen up to 22% for certain credit cards. Does that make sense? So the amount of money that you pay the bank is going to be based on one thing, credit. And that's why credit is important. Because we are a generation that is going to be borrowing so much money and we're going to be broke, the way to borrow the most amount of money that will cost the cheapest is to have good credit. And mind all of you, you could begin your credit journey as early as age 13. I started when I was 16 and I wish I started when I was 13. And to give you a sneak peek into the next couple of videos that I'm going to be making, the amount of time that you have credit is actually significantly important to your credit score and how much credit you're able to borrow. So the earlier that you start, the better it will be for you. So if you ever plan on buying a car, a boat, a plane, any big financial purchase that you're going to have, you're more than likely going to have to borrow money. Now, when was the best time to start your credit journey? Yesterday. I'm going to say it one more time. The best time to start your credit journey was yesterday. If you are only using a debit card, you need to change your situation right now, or else you will never be able to afford a home, or they will let you borrow money, but it will be super, super expensive for you to borrow. Does that make sense? So let's review everything. Gen Z is going broke, so we're going to have to borrow money. Money costs money to borrow. And the way to make that cost the cheapest it could possibly be is to get the lowest interest rate possible. And the way to get the lowest interest rate possible is to have a really good credit score. Does that make sense? That's why you should give a f*** about credit. The next video on this channel is going to break down how to begin your credit journey. It'll also talk about all the factors that go into building credit as well. So stay tuned for that video. And in the next couple videos, I'll share with you my personal credit journey and how I was able to achieve the highest tier of credit borrowers by age 21. So if you want to learn more about financial literacy, have any good ideas for future financial videos, leave some suggestions in the comments below and I'll be sure to hit all of your points in some future videos. Don't forget to like this video so the algorithm spreads this knowledge to other people in our generation so we can help each other not go broke. Alright, that's all I have for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.